Nick, best man, give it up for him, yeah!
Alright, I'm not as prepared as Jenna. I have a few notes here. Just bear with me a second, this is going to keep me on topic here. That doesn't look right. That's something else I'm working on. I'm just kidding, but I do have notes, but I'm organized enough to put them on note cards. So my name is Casey. I am Nick's best man, and it's a real honor to be chosen for this important position in Nick's big, important day. It must mean that Nick trusts me, specifically to talk about him right now. I know Nick because I'm Nick's neighbor. Or at least I used to be. I live in California now, so Nick and I live a great distance from each other. But for many years, we were neighbors, and we lived right down the street from each other in this very neighborhood.
Wooden Shores!
That's right, Wooden Shores. Which I don't think Nick and I could say enough about how amazing this neighborhood is and what great, lucky kids we were to grow up here. I mean, where else? There's not many neighborhoods where you can have a big giant party like this. You can have a wedding reception in your own very neighborhood. So there's a great sense of community in this neighborhood, and it's really wonderful to have you all gather here and celebrate Heidi and Nick. I do want to thank everyone that had a hand in putting this together. Rain or no rain or wind or whatever, this is still a great gathering. Nick and I, we've done a lot of stuff together. Growing up, what stuff will I tell you? Growing up, Nick and I, you could say we were play buddies. We would go on play dates, and we would do all sorts of things. But a common theme in what we would do together is we'd just play games, friendly competition sort of things. Whether just in this very space, I mean, usually there's not a tent here, but we'd have pick-up soccer games, wiffle ball games, football games. We'd go swimming and go fishing, tennis matches, you name it. We were playing in whatever would away, and we were pretty evenly matched, so that made it fun. One thing I had to my advantage was that Nick has terrible knees. He has old man knees. He's had 4 surgeries, 2 on each knees. And while we're playing, exerting ourselves, Nick would just scream all of a sudden and fall down in pain and say, "My knees popped out of place." And
I win.
Yeah, exactly. This happened at such a frequent rate that I'd say, "Well, you can't continue, you forfeit, I win." Exactly. You know where I was going. But I think another thing this means is that, Heidi, you might have to be the one to carry Nick over the threshold. So there's been a lot of gatherings down in this space, which we call the beach in the neighborhood. And one of the typical things that happens in the gatherings here is a good old Midwestern classic, the egg toss. And so I snuck down here late last night and I taped eggs under everyone's chair. So if you look under there, everyone's got their own egg. It's like your own little egg that you've laid. No, I'm just kidding. I just have one egg. And it's for Nick. Nick won a number of egg tosses. He's getting ready. He knows where this is going. Nick's got good hands. That makes up for his knees. So let's see if Nick... He's going to go one-handed? One-handed? I mean, the toss is one thing too, but let's see. Somebody check that egg. One of the reasons that's a perfect segue because this is too good, because one of the reasons I thought of that whole egg toss thing is because growing up, Nick, just like he did, he threw things at me. And he'd be like, "Hey, Casey, catch." I'm not paying attention. I turn around, and it's like a rock or a lawn dart. I'm not kidding. He threw things at me. Anyway, I think all this growing up and coming of age with Nick, one of the great things that it taught me is just the importance of getting out and doing stuff, of experiencing life and sharing experiences with someone else. And Nick and Heidi have been doing that for a couple years now, and I'm really excited for the lifetime that they're going to have doing that together, sharing experiences and adventuring together and going through this journey of life. I remember the time that Nick first told me about Heidi, and we were on an adventure together. He had come out to visit me in California, and we were in Yosemite National Park, and I think it was maybe a month or two after he had first met Heidi, and we're on this hike through the mountains in a beautiful place, and you're talking about life because you're just in this grand place. And I could tell Nick was really excited about Heidi. He was telling me about Heidi was a real go-getter, and she had her stuff together. She kept busy and had Nick doing all sorts of things and new things. And you could tell Nick was just excited about it. And I guess you could say that Heidi, skated into Nick's life and performed a sow cow triple axel Lutz loops, or whatever the figure skating terminology is. And I think we can safely say she landed it cleanly, because look at, here they are today, married. In thinking about what I was going to say here tonight, I had to think about what are all the great qualities about Nick? What are the things that make Nick Nick? And one thing is he's inclusive. With Nick, everyone's invited. He wants everyone to have truly have a great time. Growing up, I was a pretty shy kid. This sort of thing would terrify me. And Nick always brought me along to all sorts of social gatherings, and I think that played a big role in me kind of eventually coming out of my shell. And one example of that is Nick encouraged me to dance.
What?
And dance publicly. For example, Nick and I won a dance competition senior year of high school, and if you're lucky, or if we drink enough, Nick and I might just re-perform that dance tonight. Another great thing about Nick is there for you. Nick checks in. He's sincere and caring. He's a great friend. And anytime I see Nick, it could be months or a long time. It's like we pick up right where we left off. And I've heard that from a number of people, that it's easy to just get back with Nick because he's there for you. And Heidi, I know he's going to be there for you. He's going to be there with you through thick and thin, through the good and the bad. I think it's safe to say he's gonna put the toilet seat down. That seat is down. And this just being there for someone, that's a prime aspect of loving someone. And Nick and Heidi, your love for each other is very obvious. It's very noticeable. And it's a really nice thing to be around. That your love for each other rubs off on other people that you're interacting with, and wherever you go in the world, And I think everyone today has felt that love. I mean, there's been crying and laughing and just a general sense of joyfulness and happiness about your love for one another. So I'm really excited for the life you guys are going to have together and the love that you're going to spend a lifetime having for each other and bring to the rest of the world. And I'm really excited for you guys. And so, a toast to friendship, love, and Heidi and Nick. I love you guys.
Oh crap, gotta go. Wait, which one? Which one do we go?